Wild card round as it's time to win or get an early start on the offseason. It's the Bears going up against the Vikings.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They go with Howard again. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Let's go. Green. Off the play fake to Langford. Here's Glennon. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now a first down carry by Bell. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll go again with Bell. And he is knocked down from the side. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. A give to Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Savage steps away to his left, and he's gonna score. It's a Viking touchdown. It's their quarterback, a 6-yard touchdown run, and the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Glennon. Looking for White on the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They go counter with Howard. They find some open field here. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Let's go!
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and it had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Second down following the run.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And he's got room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
And they'll try the air now with Savage. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch then.
They'll give this to Bell running right. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Lamar Houston able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down.
Check, Patriot. Gone. All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watch him now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot. Nice Leopard.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jerick McKinnon, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Glennon. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And now out comes Minnesota. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession.
Now let's go. Green 39.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Again, it's Bell. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone, as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
12 yards there as they move the chains. Maybe a little sign of life here offensively, Charles. They get their first down. They didn't have any in quarter number one.
And I think what we're seeing is great evidence of good scouting by both teams, right? Understanding what they like to do, their best plays, try and take those away early. So now we're seeing some adjustments, and they end up getting their first down.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They'll look to throw here. Now he's forced out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's caught. Here's Langford. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's right. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now back to throw. He leaves this one for Howard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. To run with Langford. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. it's Langford. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Here we go now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Deion Sims is tight end, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. He'll drop to throw. And he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield.
Glennon hit. He loses the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Savage leading his guys up following the sack. They face a 3rd and long. Now McKinnon. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. Muscles him off. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The second half starts with a carry by Bell. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Here we go.
They'll pitch it out to Bell. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Now they'll toss it to Bell running left. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
There's Savage now on 2nd. Sliding out of the pocket. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
On 1st down, Savage. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Farmer. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Defense showing blitz. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. McKinnon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll go for it with Bell. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. He'll look to throw. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks near the 25. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Trying to improvise. Now he'll let it go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Here we go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Kendall Wright, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are in for 6. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
They'll try the right side with Bell. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now a handoff, running left is Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it third down. Now it's Savage off the bootleg. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll punt it away for the second time. With it is Jackson. The quick feet by Jackson. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion in the field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. 10 yards still left on second down. The fake to Howard. Now Glennon. Flushed out right. Looking for... And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. They go play action here on first down. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Final minute now of the third quarter. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Three yards to go on second down. They'll set up to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. Third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. A swing pass caught. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. The give is to Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Bell running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know
the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Linval Joseph forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is incomplete. John Fox displeased at how that turned out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Now a handoff, running off, tackle right. He's to the 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. And his kick is good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now Glennon, eluding the pressure right. Able to push his way through. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now a a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Nifty move there on the run, but ultimately brought down at the 25. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 38.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. After the interception, here's Savage. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
No, check, Patriot, here we go.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. On 2nd down, here's Savage. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. Savage from the shotgun snap. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And out of bounds all the way down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
All right, now look at 56. No. Check. Patriot. Watch it. No. Check. Patriot. Here we go.
Glennon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back in Philly. Here we go.
This is Howard on second down. Broken tackle. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.